All right. Welcome to our regeneration class. I am Coach Clint, and today we will be going over some fun movements just to get you up, get you moving, make you feel a little better today. We are going to do a lot of stretching and mobility work, so I just want you to do what you can, breathe when you need to, take a rest when you need to. Now, remember, this is a one-way camera, so unfortunately, I cannot see you. But as long as you're following me and being safe, then hopefully things will go well. If you need a little extra rest or if something doesn't feel quite right, let me know and we can always adjust. You can hit me in the chat at any time. Okay, just make sure you hit it to me or to the panel. It's up to you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our topic of the day. So today, it is Men's Health, the last time for Men's Health. So our men's health quote stuff for today is going to be focus on some anti-inflammatory foods instead of medication. As we train and move more, we get more sore. Finding things to add into your diet that help with inflammation can help. So tomatoes, strawberries, blueberries, olive oil, leafy greens, fatty fish, which is omega-3s and omega-6s, which are really good. Same with nuts. So find some of those that you can add into your diet and can really help, to feel good and be more active. So just a little tip, we don't want to take too many pills and stuff. So, and then our joke of the day today it goes along with this snowman because it's snowing here. What type of diet did the snowman go on? Stick around to the end and you'll find out. All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start up on our feet today. I also got this cool new timer, so I can start the timer. We're going to start up on our feet. We're going to do a squat to hand walk. So our squat, we really want to be about shoulder width apart. So I'm about shoulder width apart, toes pointed forward. And now I'm just turning that sideways. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to sit into the bottom. From there, I'm going to put my hands down to the ground. I'm going to hand walk out into a good plank position. Now I'm going to do a rotation. Turn my feet to the side, reach up to the sky. Good. Come back down, rotate to the other side. Come back down, drive those hips up and walk those hands all the way back to my feet and roll up. So we're doing a squat, hand walk out, and then we're going to walk those hands back. Okay, deep squat down. Hands down to the ground, walking it out. Now, this is all about getting our body warm for the stretches we're going to be doing today. Okay, so here we go. Turning to the feet to the side, reaching up to the sky. Good. Turn to the other side. Okay, make sure that you're stable in that shoulder. Good. Come down. Drive those hips up. Stretch through that shoulder, drop your head a little bit. Now walk those hands back all the way to those feet. Roll up nice and tall. Good. One more. Deep squat. Drop those hands, hand walk out. Good. Rotate to the side. Good. Rotate to the other side. Make sure you're breathing. Come back to center, drive those hips nice and high, hand walk back all the way and roll up nice and slow. Good. Now, I'm going to take a big lunge step forward with my left leg. So I'm going to take a big step forward, left leg. Okay. I'm in this tall lunge position now. Okay. Now I'm going to take both hands, reach down to the floor right next to my feet. Okay. So I'm inside of my leg. Going in that first stage of world's greatest. I'm going to drive my heel to the back of the room. Deep breath. I'm going to try to make myself as long as I can from the top of my head to my heel. Keep breathing. Now I'm going to drive off of this front foot. I'm going to step up. I'm going to change to the other side. Okay, another big lunge step forward. So we're just setting up that first part right now. Okay, big lunge step. Hands go to the inside. Drive that heel down. Make myself as long as I can. There we go. Right there. Hold that position. Make sure you're breathing. Then we're going to drive up off that front leg, drive up. Now, I'm going to stay on this side, but I'm going to switch to the other leg. So I'm going to go back to that left foot, but I'm facing this direction so that you can see as I rotate open. Big step forward. Now we already kind of loosened up here, so we're going to come down, hands inside. There we go. Make yourself as long as you can. Don't leave that back leg bent. If you can, try to drive that leg to the back of the room. Get that good strider stretch. Now I'm going to take my same arm as the front leg. So in my case, left and left. I'm going to reach up to the sky. Make sure I'm breathing. Good. Rotate down. Step up off that front leg. That's position 2 in a world's greatest. Big step. Other leg. Big step forward. Get yourself set up. Set up to the best part. Okay, come down. How's that back leg look? Does it feel bent? Does it feel straight? Are you rounding your back? Are you trying to stay active? Okay, feel where you're at. Driving that heel down. Making myself as long as I can. Rotate up. There we go. Hold. Deep breath. Good. Rotate down. Step up with that front leg. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, our next movement. We're going to go forward fold. So for this one, I can face forward. Now, I like to say elbow width. So I'm going to put my arms out to the side. I'm going to take my feet about elbow width apart. Okay, so I'm lining them up. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push my hips to the back of the room, keeping my knees straight. Push my hips to the back of the room. Looking about a foot in front of my feet as I go, and then dropping my head to relax forward. Take a deep breath, release. Try to keep those knees as straight as possible. Now we're going to squeeze our glutes and we're going to come up to a flat back position and pull myself all the way back up to the top. Good. One more of those. Pushing those hips back. Hips back. Reach down towards the floor. Try to relax in. Good. Now, I'm going to walk my hands to the right side, reaching for my right toe. If you hit your ankle, that's fine. Knee, wherever you can reach. Nice deep breath. Walk it over to the left side. Make sure to remember to breathe. Good. Come back to center. Now again, flat back. Squeeze those glutes. Come up nice and tall. We got one more variation right here. Okay, we're going to forward fold again. Push those hips back. Down to the ground. This is our first kind of mobility one, right? We're just focusing on the stretch. Now I'm going to try to glue my left hand to the ground. Okay, and I'm getting better. So I've been working on it. I can almost get my palm down to the ground, which is awesome for me. Okay, I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to rotate up towards the sky. And I'm going to look where that hand is going. Hold that position. Tough position to hold. Good. Switch sides. Hand comes down. Right hand comes down. Lift that left arm up. Hold at the top. And come down. Now, just like before, squeeze those glutes. Pull yourself to the top. There we go. And relax. Good. Last little bit of movement before we start stretching. Okay. So we're going to do a little neural activation, get that brain body connection. I'm going to reach up to the sky. On my first go, I'm going to drop into a base position. Second go, I'm going to pogo it out. Both feet bouncing at the same time. We don't have to go super fast. We just want to get those feet going. Here we go. All the way up. Go. Drop in. Go. Get both feet going. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Good. All the way up. Go. Drop. Go. Fast feet. 2, 1, and relax. All right. Grab a quick drink of water if you have some. Just a quick drink just to kind of loosen things up. Plus, if I don't, my voice will squeak. Nobody wants to hear that. I worked very hard on my coaching voice. I don't want it to squeak all the time. Okay, so it is fun though. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go into that down dog position to start. We're gonna stretch those shoulders out. So we've been working a bunch. We've been typing. We've been in front of us. Some of us are coming off vacation, so it's a lot to get back into. So we're gonna start with a down dog, shoulder stretch, okay? I'm gonna plant my hands. I'm gonna make sure that I put my elbows, I'm gonna screw my hands into the ground by turning my elbows back to the back of the room, okay? See what I'm doing there? I'm turning and making sure that point of my elbow is pointing backwards as much as it can, okay? So I'm getting those shoulders prepared. I'm gonna drive into a plank. I'm gonna push overhead. I'm gonna drop my head down. I'm just gonna push into that down dog as best I can here. I'm gonna try to peel the floor apart underneath me, okay? So I'm pushing and pulling at the same time, trying to stretch through those shoulders. Good, now come into a plank position. Don't release those elbows. Don't let those arms get lazy. Keep those shoulders engaged. Nice flat back, nice strong core. Drive back up. Same thing, try to tear that floor apart. I have a mat under me, so I'm trying to tear that mat apart by pushing and keeping my shoulders locked in. Good, fall back into that plank position. Now we're gonna add a little extra in this next one. Make sure you're breathing. If you need a rest here, take a rest. You can drop your knees for a second. Okay, we're gonna drive back up, driving back up. Same thing, drive up, press those hips high, drop that head down, just kind of relax your head. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna look under my right arm. Might feel a stretch in that left shoulder. Good, now turn and look under your left shoulder. You feel that stretch in that right. Come back to center. Make sure you look back into the neutral position before we come down into that plank. Now lock into that plank. Good, one more time, press up. Press up high. Find that good position first. Create that tension. Now I'm gonna look under my right arm. Good, go to the left. Looking under the left arm. Good, come to center. Come back into a plank position. Let's just hold here for a second. Now I know your shoulders are getting tired. And bring those knees down and relax for a second. You can shake those arms out right now. Okay, shake them out. That's a lot. Okay, that's good. That opens up that chest, opens up those shoulders, really loosens things up. Now we're gonna go into a leg and T-spine stretch. So I'm gonna take my right leg. I'm gonna reach out to the side. Now what's really important here is I point my toe forward towards the camera, okay? And my foot is flat. So the sole of my shoe is touching the ground. I'm not tipped up like this. Okay, I'm gonna put my hands on the ground into that quad position, kind of, right? Hands right under my shoulders. I'm gonna sit back on my heel. Now remember, that toe is pointing forward. Okay, I'm sitting back on my heel. I'm gonna take my right hand, because it's my right leg out. Right hand reaches behind my head. Tuck underneath. And I'm gonna rotate up. I'm gonna look up towards the sky. Nice T-spine rotation here. Good, come under. Rotate up. Good, we're just gonna do 3 here. We're gonna hold at the top of this rotation just for a second. Good, come down. Rotate up. Good, come back to center. Put your hands down. Let's switch to the other side. I gotta scoot over on my mat. Switch to the other side. Now, again, setup is important. So make sure that toe is pointing straight ahead towards the screen, okay? Toe is pointed straight ahead towards the screen. Foot is flat, okay? I start in a quad position. I sit on back as far as I can comfortably. If it starts pulling too much here, don't come quite as far back, okay? Now, one side might feel a little tighter. That's okay. Same with this rotation. Tuck in. Rotate up. Good. Make sure you're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth if you want to. Tuck under. Rotate up. Good. I'm pushing out, getting a little more into this rotation if I can. And I'm always looking where that elbow is leading. Good. Come down. Now, if you like to run or hike, this is a good stretch. It loosens up our back, but it's also loosening up our groin. Rotate up. Working on a little ankle mobility there too. This is also a good posture move, right? So if you're getting tight in your chair, come back down to center and relax. This one kind of helps us realign our posture. Okay, next one. Going into our glute bridge. So down on the ground. Okay, we're gonna dig into the ground. I want my heels nice and close to my glutes. I'm gonna put most of the pressure into my heel, not on my toe. Okay, I'm gonna drive up nice and high right here. So I'm just raising my hips to the sky. Okay, like somebody's pulling my hips to the sky. Now I'm gonna take my left leg, reach up to the sky. Okay, so left leg up, staying in that glute bridge. I can slide my hands under my glutes. Now I'm gonna lower that foot. I'm gonna tap the ground. I'm gonna bring it right back up. Now, one of our members in here loves these. He does these all the time. It makes him sore. Lower down, tap, and bring it back up. Good, let's go again. Down, tap, bring it up. We got one more. Down, tap, come up. Good, don't come out of that glute bridge. Set that left leg down. Take your right leg up. Keep active here. Keep squeezing that glute. Lower it down. Tap, up, one. Good, down, up, two. Good, two more. Down, up, three. Good, last one. Down, four, and relax. You can come out of that glute bridge now. Good job. Next one of my favorite, figure four stretch. Now you can do this in a chair. You can do this on the ground. So this is one of those, what I like to call nugget stretches. This is a good one for just kind of getting some mobility in that hip. So what I'm going to do, I'm crossing my left leg over my right. I put my ankle about halfway between my knee and my hip. Okay, just relaxing here. Now I'm going to put just enough pressure here that I feel a little stretch in my hip. Okay, now I'm going to drive up into that glute bridge again. You'll notice that maybe that stretch goes away a little. Put a little more pressure there so you feel that stretch. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose. Now, as you release your breath, lower yourself down, but don't let your hand change position. Keep that same pressure on that knee. Now you're going to feel that hip get really tight. Now I can't touch all the way down. That gets too tight. So I'm just going to stop where it's tight. I'm going to allow gravity kind of pull me down and stretch this hip nice and slow. That's where we're resting for just a second. Couple of breaths here. In through your nose, out through your mouth. One more. Now I know this is uncomfortable. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And then release your hand and set down. Good, switch sides. Okay, crossing the other leg over the top. Now, I said you could do this in your chair. This is a really good one to stretch your piriformis, which helps loosen up your back. Okay, so drive up. So just think of me doing this in a chair. Instead of driving up here, you're gonna cross your leg over the top just like this. You're gonna put your hand or your elbow on that knee and create a little of that stretch in that hip. Okay, and then as you lean forward, okay, here's the lean forward in the chair, but we're just doing it on the ground. I'm just allowing myself to drop down here or lean forward, and it's stretching into this hip a little bit. And I just go as low as I can. Now on this side, I can go a little lower, even holding my arm in the same position. My right hip is a little more mobile, that's okay. I just go to where that's tight. Just a breath pass to where it's a little uncomfortable, but not into pain. One more breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. and relax down. So I was almost touching on that side without releasing. So that's good. All right, up on your feet for the last stretch for today. Okay, last stretch for today. We're up on our feet. We're gonna cross my right leg over my left. Now, this one could compromise your balance a little. So if you need a chair or something to hang on to, please do so. Just remember, don't use a kid or a dog. They like to run away. You'll tip over. A lot of you have heard that before. I've done it. It was bad. Okay, so my right is over my left. Okay, now what I'm effectively doing here is my right leg is going to be doing the stretch. So I'm taking my left hand. I put it on my left hip. Now I'm going to push my hip towards my right leg. So I'm just tipping sideways, creating this C motion. I want to keep both feet attached to the ground. Now this is where your balance could get a little compromised. Okay, so I'm pushing over. I'm going to reach that right hand up to the sky. I'm going to feel a stretch all the way from my armpit down to my knee, basically. Okay, what we're doing here is stretching that IT band, the oblique, the lat, nice and tall. Get as much stretch here as you can, reaching over the top. Palm up. Relax back. Good. Switch to the other side. Cross the other leg over the top. Put your hand on your hip. Get that little side bend. Reach that hand up. Get that good stretch over the top. Nice deep breath. Now, as you get more comfortable, you can maybe go a little further. Okay. Maybe you don't need that chair or whatever you're using to balance. Maybe you don't need it yet. As you can see, I tipped over when I started thinking about it. Okay. But really, if you have that chair, you can come here. You can tip over. Now, this is a really good one if you like to do ballet. Okay. Be as pretty as you can. Soft fingers. I can say that because my wife's a ballet dancer teacher. Good. Come back to center and relax. Good. Our last thing for today, other than our quote of the day and our joke, we're going to work on a little core stability. So we're going to lock this core in and we're going to do a reset for our posture. Okay. So we're going to get into the dead bug position. Down on the ground, nice, comfortable position. Relaxing your head down. Try to find that position, just like our glute bridge. I want you to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. One more time, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Now I want you to bring your knees up. Create a 90-90 at your hip and at your knee. Hands go up towards the sky. Okay, palms together, hands up to the sky. Now my first goal, shrink these ribs down. Don't let my back arch like this. I want to shrink those ribs down into place. Okay, nice deep breath in through my nose, out through my mouth, blow out. As hard as I can, tighten that core. Keep that core right there. Even when you're breathing, don't let that core flare. So keep your breath nice and controlled. Breathe out. As hard as you can, activate all that core. Okay, if you need to, you can put your hands on your chest. If that helps to breathe and keep that core solid, you should not feel anything get squishy. Okay, let's go 2 more breaths in, out, in, out. Okay, now, if your hands are on your chest or on your belly, keep them there. Okay, if your hands are up in the air, keep them there. We got 1 more breath, but this time we're gonna breathe in. As I breathe in, we're gonna hold in this position. As I breathe out, we're gonna reach our heels down towards the ground. You can tap your heels down, but I don't want you relaxing down. You can tap them down and arms go overhead. Then as we breathe in, we're gonna close back in, keeping things tight. And then we're gonna do 1 more breath out. Okay, here we go. Locked in. Good, in. Breathe out. Keep everything tight. Tap and breathe in. Good, out. Keep everything tight. And breathe in 1 last time. And relax down. Now I want you to lay on your back. Just relax everything. Palms up to the sky. Close your eyes for a second as we go through our quote of the day. Okay, so I want you to just relax down. Bring your breathing back to normal. As you breathe in, I want you to breathe in through your nose so you're warming up that air. I want you to pull that air over you like a nice warm blanket all the way from your toes, all the way up to your head. And then as you let it out, just release it out, okay, like a wave. And then breathe back in, pull it all the way up, and then release it out, okay, as you listen to your quote. So just relax, keep those eyes closed. You got nothing else to do right this second. Okay, so here's our quote today, okay? So as you're breathing, just listen to this. The struggle you are dealing with today is developing the strength you need tomorrow. Robert Tu. Okay, I just thought that was a really good quote for everything. You know, we're getting towards the end of the year, a lot of projects, a lot of stuff going on. So sometimes we feel like we're struggling a lot, okay? Take that struggle as a chance to grow. If any of these stretches were really hard, it's just like that, right? The stretches might be really hard today, but as you use it as a growth, you get to get better at them. Just like I said, I can now almost touch my hand, right? Well, that didn't happen at first. If I got frustrated and quit, I wouldn't get better. So that goes for life, fitness, that goes for everything. So please keep that in your mind today as you go working through the rest of the day. Just remember that those struggles are developing the strengths you need to be the person you are. So thank you for being here. Let me leave you with your joke. Make sure you share this with at least one person and tell them where you heard it, okay? What type of diet did the snowman go on? I went down on the meltdown diet, of course. All right, guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you need anything, please let me know. You guys know how to get a hold of me, clintx.carlson@Intel. Anytime you need anything, let me know, okay? Thanks, everyone. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Woo, what a good one today. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.